Check, check, check. Hey guys, what's up? Just checking if the audio is working. Give me a sec. Awesome. Give me 1 second. Okay, perfect. Let me quickly share my screen as well. How's everyone doing today? All good? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Yes, okay. I think all of you guys are here. Wonderful. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. I think I've just shared the screen right now. So let me know if you guys can see my screen as well. Hi guys. Hi Veena, how are you? We'll just wait for 1 more minute for people to join and then we'll quickly start this session. We'll quickly look at some very interesting companies today, undervalued companies. Hi guys, how are you? Awesome. Yeah. Market is hope you DP it, do it regularly. I think we've been doing it right. I think this is the second live session this month. We try whenever we get the time, we try doing as many live sessions as possible, but we'll try. I don't think it's possible every single week like how we used to do before, but at least we can do it as much as possible whenever we get the time, right? So I think that is something we need to basically focus on. But anyway, I think most of you guys are here, so I think we can quickly start. We'll start the session so that we don't waste any more time. So if we look at what's going on with Nifty, I think Nifty has, like always, been pretty flat over a long period of time, right? So if you see this, Nifty currently is sitting at 24,000, which is at bang on 24,056, and there has been not much movement from these zones at all with respect to Nifty. It is pretty much trading in this block only for a long period of time, and it has not moved away from this trading block, right? So it's been stuck in this trading block from almost 3 months now, and we are trying to see if there is some kind of movement happening. But Nifty as such, there is no movement happening on this block. Only if it breaks out from this consolidation block, I think we can start moving up towards the all-time high breakout. But I think until that, I think we'll still be consolidated in this block for quite some time, right? That is point number one. If you look at Nifty 500 on the other side, same story. There is no difference in story with Nifty 500. Again, consolidated in this block only. So there is no movement at all with this trading block as well. Again, it is quite far away from its all-time high. So there is still some work to be done over here. What's been actually moving is more, which is a little shocking, is actually the small cap index. So small cap index has been rallying. The only index that has actually been moving is the small cap index. And you can see that the small cap index has actually moved quite a bit from the bottom, right? The price, if you look at it from the price range over here, it has been moving almost 11-12% in the same time frame. So when Nifty 50, Nifty 500 is sitting in a range block, small cap index is the only one that is actually giving some kind of a momentum in this market, and it is very close from the all-time high. So it is only 4%, 3.5-4% away from all-time high, compared to, let's say, your other indexes that are almost 8-9% away from all-time high. So I would say that is definitely one good news or good sign that, for me, when I look at things, I think that is a good sign that at least mid and small cap are moving. Large cap is definitely not moving because of your famous TCS, Infosys, HCL, HDFC Bank, Reliance. These guys are not moving, and that is why we see a lot of consolidation happening in the large cap index at this point. Now, coming to what is moving with respect to the indexes, let's look at that as well. So I'll quickly look at the RRG chart. So from what we can see here in the last in Nifty 500, let's do not Nifty 50. So we can see that Nifty real estate, which is Nifty Realty, has actually picked up in a movement kind of a zone right now. So if I zoom in a little bit, you will see that Nifty small cap is definitely here. It has come from the lagging to the weakening to the leading category. Nifty Realty has come into the picture. Nifty mid small cap 400 has come into the picture. So these are all the indices level. They have actually come into that. If I click on the Nifty real estate, we can actually see what companies are actually leading the chart, and I can automatically see that Prestige over here, Prestige, Godrej, all of these companies are weirdly coming into the zone where it is leading in the chart, right? If I look at it from simple sector weekly highs, it looks like healthcare is sitting at 52-week high. Sector healthcare is sitting at 52-week high. In healthcare, pharmaceutical has most of the companies according to how I need to scan my companies, right? So if you look at the pharmaceutical index, which is here, you will see the pharmaceutical index recently broke 269, which was the all-time high, and it has now started going upwards in a northbound direction at this point. If I look at the stocks that are there, I think I can filter out some market cap ranges over here. Let me take only 10,000 and above, just to keep like good quality companies. I can automatically see that Rubicon is in pure momentum. Wockhardt Pharma, remember they went up and then they actually fell down. So we'll have to wait if they can break that point again. Kaplan Point has been actually on an absolute tremendous rally. Sai Life is also moving in a beautiful momentum. Oro Pharma, you can see that the entire index, right? 9 out of 10 stocks in the index are actually moving. MQR Pharma is also moving. Corona Remedies are also moving. Torrent Pharma is moving. Zydus Life is almost on that movement as well. So you can see that most of the pharmaceutical companies are actually moving right now from that perspective. If I look at relative strength, there is capital goods. Utilities is the next. Water supply management is showing signs of revival. Let's see. Yeah, Wabag has actually done an all-time high breakout. Rest of the companies are pretty flat. I think only one company in this space has actually done a breakout, right? If I look at relative strength, capital goods looks like industrial and electrical. Industrial is leading with electrical at number 2. And obviously, look at this momentum of this index. Absolute beautiful. In fact, this also is breaking all-time high. Look at this. After a very long consolidation, this is also breaking all-time high over here on the right. And if I look at the charts, these are the companies that are leading the list. So let me remove the market cap ranges. Let me make it 10,000 and above so I can attract only good companies. And it looks like CP Plus absolute tear. I would also say it is rallying like crazy, slightly on the higher end of the valuation circle, but momentum is crazy. Kirloskar Engines, I think this is also doing really well. We have this in, I think, fluid in our small cases. We have this. We're sitting at, I think, 70-80% gains on the small case. But this has also done really well in the last few days, right? Aquis is also looking up. Kirloskar Pneumatic, all Kirloskar companies are flying. Inox India, very interesting company, doing really well. Thermax looks like a very good chart as well. So these are some companies, Craftsman Auto, these are some companies that are doing really well. Cummins is looking like it is slightly weak, but long term looks pretty okay to me. So sector wise, I at least know that healthcare, pharma, capital goods, power, AI, data center, proxy, these are the sectors that basically I should be looking at. I should not be looking at anything else, right? Now coming to stock screening. So I don't know how many of you all saw this, but last week I had made 8 days ago, I had made a beautiful video on how I actually find stocks during the market rebound, and I also gave a screener. So today I'll quickly go through that screener as well. So basically this is what I usually do to find good companies, right? I basically keep a market cap filter above 5,000. Depends. Sometimes you can do it about 10,000 also, but I like keeping 5,000. I play a little risky. Return on equity greater than 15%. You can even do 12. I prefer 15. Capital employed 12 or 15 is also okay. Debt to equity less than 1, non-negotiable. EPS, which is earnings per share, should be growing. Basically, earnings per share last year should be greater than earnings per share in the previous year. Sales growth in the last 3 years, I wanted to be 12% and above. And I would also say return over 1 year. Now, this is something most people don't put. I like putting this return over 1 year greater than 10%. Why have I put this? Is because in the last 1 year, Nifty has given minus 8% or minus 5%, right? So Nifty hasn't moved. But if I find companies that have already gone up 10% and above, that means I'm investing in companies that are better than the index right now, at least has a stronger strength compared to the index. So I want to see only companies that are doing well. How many companies do you think will come? If I click on search right now, how many companies do you think has a market capitalization of 5,000 and above, high ROE and ROCs, low debt, EPS is growing, sales is growing in the last 3 years, and return over 1 year is over 10%, even though the index is sitting at minus 5? How many companies do you think will actually come from this perspective, right? Let's look at it. Now we get approximately 81 results, which is greater than 5,000 and above. Obviously, not all companies are great. We will have to do deeper research into it. But I can show you some very interesting companies that have come in the screen. I can show you from both top down and bottom up, right? If I go bottom up, which is low market cap to high market cap, you can see some amazing companies that have actually come into this. In fact, there are companies here that have so many fundamental triggers and changes that are actually doing really well right now. For example, we can do some deep dives if you wish. Timex, Goldiam, SML, Mahindra. Raghav is also such a company that, I mean, I also missed out on Raghav. SGS, Precall, beautiful. Gina Seco, I think, is pretty much on the higher end now. Prudent is also looking very good. So I'll show you some companies, right? First is Timex. I think you guys know this. It has actually been doing really well right now. There has been a fundamental change in management also. And if you see the stock, it is flying right now. It has gone from 260 to 500. It has literally doubled in the last 1 year. And obviously, there's been a fundamental change in this company. But stock P is on the slightly higher end, which is 64. So I would say stock P is on the slightly higher end, but there is a fundamental trigger, fundamental change that has basically come into this stock. And you can see that difference happening. On bottom line, it's not coming in, but at least on the top line, you can see a lot of difference coming into that space. Coming to Goldiam, again, same situation even with Goldiam. They have now entered the lab grown diamond space with their own retail stores. So ideally, Goldiam is like a B2B player. They usually supply lab grown diamonds to all these foreign companies, mainly US. They're actually exporters of LGD, finished LGD in US. So as you can see, in this inventory with customer factory B2C. So this is the new segment that has actually come into the space called Origam. So they have started their own stores called Origam, and they are actually saying that their break even is happening much faster, and it is currently at a very reasonable valuation from all sides, right? And it has given 34% return in the last 1 year. And if you see, it has been flat only, but over a long period of time, it has been growing over a long period of time. Now, currently, they're doing a store expansion, so we have to wait and see if they can actually grow. But the sales has been quite impressive in the last 3 years. So again, fundamentally, very interesting companies to look at. Again, not a buy or sell recommendations, but this is basically how I find companies, right? Another company that we should also look at is SML Mahindra. So this is a company which was called SML Isuzu, which got bought by Mahindra, and right now it is at a very decent valuation. 1 year return obviously is 100%, but the entire trigger of this company has not even started yet, because Mahindra and SML are now designing the new age vehicles, and already I can see a lot of interesting people have come into this, right? So Sachin Bansal's company has around 4.9 plus 4.3, almost 8-9% of this, plus another 3 over here. Sundar Iyer, who's also a very big investor in the space, has around 1.76 and has been accumulating more and more. So this is going to be a longer term play out, and the promoter of this company is Mahindra and Mahindra now. And if you look at the recent con call, because I keep tracking this company, I like this company. I don't own it yet, but I like this company. So they're saying that in the 8 months after takeover, we've already managed to integrate our business. SML Mahindra is operating like any other Mahindra group company. And this is currently a small cap company. I think it's a 6,000 crore kind of a market cap company, and a long way to go, runway. So see, the beauty is that the screener is finding all of these companies for me. Yes, it takes some time for me to go deep dive, figure out stuff. But the screener gives me great companies that are actually moving right now. All these companies are moving. They're not sleeping, stagnating. No, right? Even if you look at Raghav is not buyable at 100p. But this was a company that was invested by who's that? Utpal Seth, the person who runs Rakesh Jhunjhunwala's company right now, Rare Enterprises. He had bought it a long time ago. But this company, look at how it's grown. It's unbelievable. I think he bought it somewhere around here. It's been a 20 bagger for him already in, I think, 5 years. It makes silica ramming mass. This is basically what you apply in a furnace. So in steel furnaces, the coating inside the furnace is ramming mass, and this is what you apply. As you can see here, it manufactures ramming mass, and it is one of the largest ramming mass provider almost in the world, one of the largest, right? So it is a very big company, and iska ek chota wala bhi aa chuka hai. Look at this, 2% stake which was sold by late Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, and Utpal Seth still owns this company. Iska ek chota bhai bhi aaya hai. I think that is called Mono. This I can't even spell it, but this is the other company. This is also in ramming mass, as you can see here. The only thing is that company, Raghav, has more capacity than this company. That is why the market cap is 5x lower, but this has also been on an absolute tear. I think in this, there is one superstar investor, I think Mukul Agarwal. Yes, Mukul Agarwal is there at 2.76, and he had it even before the IPO came out. But this is very interesting, right? All of this is to learn. And one more thing you can do is, if you go back to the screener and you say, Shashank, I don't want high PE ratio companies, we can actually remove the PE ratio. So you can do price to earnings, let's say something that you will absolutely not take. Whatever it is, it may be damn good, but you will not take it. Maybe I will say 60p for me is a bit too much. Anything above 60p I don't want. It removes 49. Then I will test it out. I'll make it 50 and see how many companies go out. 41. That means you're telling me there are 41 companies that are very good, growing in this last 1 year, and they're available at less than 50p. that is something I would be very interested in to read about. So there is SJS, very good. So these are the companies I would deep dive, try to understand if the fundamental trigger is long term or short term. Like this company has been flying. Sigma, it's gone up to 10,000, but this has been flying. It's in the defense space. As I told you, defense, healthcare, pharma, these companies, these sectors will do very well. Tangamala is here. So CCL products, this is something that we had given to our internal members as well. So this is something that's doing very well. Kaplan Point is obviously there, which is very good. Shriram Pistons, very boring business, in very boring business. But just look at how this business has been growing. Look at this, 31p. Don't look at p because this is a very boring business. It is not something unique, but it has been growing like a compounding kind of a growth. If you see Shriram Pistons since COVID, it has just been going up and up and up. Yes, a lot of fundamental triggers are also playing out in this company, but it has been doing really well. So this screener basically gives me a lot of companies to play, a lot of companies to look at, including the large cap. So even if I go to large cap, I can see a lot of answers coming in this, right? This is the only way you can think of beating the index. Honestly, if you want to beat the index, if you just play the index is down 8%. This is the only way I feel like, try to beat the index from that perspective. You can ease this out a little bit also. I would ease this out. By example, I would make this 12. I would make this 12. This would actually ease out the entire parameter system. And then you would get 48 companies that are very low. For example, Rashi was a company we had given our internal audience as well. And that went up almost, I think, 40-50% once we gave it to them. But again, very interesting companies. As you can see here, FIEM is also a very boring business. That's why low P, but has been growing in the last 1 year. A very boring business, right? It makes the headlights of two-wheelers, and now they're moving into four-wheelers as well. So the only way to do this is to like go deep into each and every company, try to read, try to understand about companies, and then take a call on what is good and what is bad. But obviously, I've given you the screener. You can definitely have a look at it. And that is, I think, the best way to look at everything, right? Apart from that, obviously, I've also started investing in the US market. US market is something that I'm playing a lot right now, actually. I can't disclose my returns, but it has been very nice in the US market. And US market is basically right now the whole AI theme is playing out. Now, a lot of people have this question that, okay, AI is in a bubble, AI is going to crash, AI is, like the dot-com bubble. I just want to say that, yes, the valuations are stretched, but it is backed by fundamentals. I would not say it is in a bubble. I would definitely say it is overvalued, but I would not say it has reached bubble territory yet. The reason why I'm saying it's reached overvalued position is because I know companies that are tech companies that are sitting at 30 times price to sales. Now, to give you guys an example of 30 times price to sales, your companies like who's at Google doesn't sit at 30 time price to sale, but someone like a Marvel, which is now growing very fast. I think Jensen Huang came and said that Marvel will become the next $1 trillion company and all of that. Because of that, it went up quite a bit. You can see here, it just shot up from here, right? But this company is sitting at a higher P ratio, higher price to sales, higher price to book, higher PEG, everything higher, compared to even Nvidia. And a lot of people think Nvidia is overvalued, but Nvidia is actually not overvalued. Only reason why Nvidia is not overvalued is because Nvidia actually makes the revenue. A lot of people think that Nvidia is overvalued and it is trading at stupid valuations. But Nvidia surprisingly is trading at 29p ratio only. Nvidia is actually trading at 29p ratio. So technically, Nvidia is not very overvalued. So this is not bubble territory. If you ask me bubble territory, Google was sitting at 100 times price to sales, 100 times P ratio at that time during the dot-com bubble. So Nvidia is definitely not in the territory of bubble because it is sitting at 29p ratio. Why is it sitting at 29p ratio? Also because the growth is also happening in such a similar space. Look at the growth. They are currently making $215 billion of revenue, and their net income after all taxes is $120 billion, which is almost 50% margin is what they're sitting at. Now, yes, if you look at Micron, which is also flying right now, which also many people predict that Micron will soon, overtake Nvidia, is what the prediction is, right? Micron is sitting at 53p ratio, and the recent result that came out was mind blowing. And they are also sitting at insane margins. So if you see the revenue of this quarter was 23 billion, and their net income is 13 billion. So Micron is also sitting at supreme margins. And I don't think Micron is going to stop Thunderbolt from what the question you're asking. I think this will go on for another 2 years because the memory bandwidth problem is absolutely real and they'll keep going up as well, right? But if you look at the traditional companies, the guys who are doing the Capex, your Google, because Google is the person who's actually putting the Capex and they're going cash flow negative, that has actually fallen down 12% from the top. All the companies that are putting Capex. So Google has gone down. Who's this? Your Oracle. Yes, Oracle also is putting Capex. Oracle has also gone down. Amazon, the company that is also putting massive hyperscaler data, has also gone down. So if you see from the top, they actually fell down almost 13%. But nothing's wrong with the company, right? But they're putting a lot of Capex. And because they are putting a lot of Capex into the company, the cash flow is slowly getting affected. As you can see, the cash flow is getting affected. Till now, their cash flows were positive. Now their cash flows are negative. Even Meta, because they're putting so much into it, they have also actually gone down 25%. Meta is actually a steal right now. With 20 P ratio 1.4. Meta is actually giving a good, entry point. I keep saying this, don't doubt Zuckerberg. He knows what he's doing. But if you look at the cash flow, you can see now the cash flow is getting hit a lot. Why people are getting a little wary about why people are getting very wary about these companies is because, in the history, whenever they do high capex is equal to less growth. When high capex comes, less growth comes profit wise, because your capex comes in, interest cost comes in. But then after the capex cycle gets over, you come into massive profitable zone, and that is the cash minting zone, and that is why it goes up. Yes, AWS is also killing it. If you look at Amazon's revenue, let me show you this financials. Let me show you their AWS revenue itself, segment and KPI. If I look at their AWS revenue, right, this is how their AWS revenue has been growing over a long period of time. Look at this. So AWS revenue is absolutely, yes, as you said, rightly so. AWS revenue is killing it, and there is no stopping AWS revenue, right? So AWS revenue obviously is doing well, but everything is similar, right? Some companies are very deeply undervalued right now. Others are very obviously stupidly overvalued, as you can call it, in this space. And I keep looking at all these companies in the US market. I keep tracking the US market because I keep looking at all the S&P 500 companies here, and I try to keep a track of what is happening. So companies that are in deep value, I would say, is Microsoft. Microsoft has actually come to its old support level, which is sitting at 345 here. So Microsoft has come to its old levels right now. Uber is also very interesting because Uber has now become profitable, but again, it is sitting at very low valuations right now. Palantir has also fallen down a lot. In fact, Michael Burry had taken a nice short position right at the top, and Palantir has actually gone down, and nothing is going to happen to Palantir over a long period of time, right? So these are all companies that have taken a huge beating, like huge beating. Even Adobe, if you look at this, they're doing massive billion-dollar share buybacks and share purchases, but the company is falling quite a lot. Even ServiceNow, a lot of people were talking about ServiceNow in the industry. ServiceNow tried to do a recover, but then it fell down again. So these are some companies that are doing really bad. This is also because you need to understand the entire stack of play, right? What's happening right now, if you understand the entire AI stack, you'll understand. In the world of AI, you have the foundation, okay? Foundation is what? I'll tell you. Foundation is your energy, your infrastructure, okay, and your chips. This is what we need. So energy is basically your power to support it. These are your data center, okay, and here we have your GPUs, CPU, and ASICs, okay, or your TPUs as you call it. So this is basically, we are still in this stack. Once the energy is solved, once data center is solved, once chips are solved, data center also, I would say infra also has memory. So these are all the bottlenecks for creating very good AI. Once these are solved, then we go into the final layer of real AI, which is the application, okay, use of application. So what happens here, we don't care about this because all of this will become commoditized. Then we talk about who is using AI more efficiently and who is ready to pay for the real use case of AI. Right now, we have not even reached the real use case of AI. All of us are using GPT, we're using LLMs and all of that. But I'm talking about application layer with respect to software. How does Salesforce use AI to make decisions better? How does ServiceNow use agents to make things better? So this will be the final game. Now, who wins here is a big question mark. I feel Google will definitely be the first winner here because Google is the only full stack solution that is currently there. Amazon is using AI mainly for internal purpose, right? Because to make their product obviously to make their stuff very better. I think Amazon is winning as an internal purpose. But what we need to see is Salesforce CRM. Okay, is this going out of fashion? Or can they use agents to make it better? ServiceNow, Adobe, because a lot now people are using Hicksfield and they're not using Adobe, is what people are talking about. But it's very, very, very far away to understand where this will go. But the final winners will be these companies only, the guys who can actually incorporate AI. That is why in the US you will see another winner coming soon will be biotech and software. Okay, what is happening right now with the world of AI moving faster, and quantum computing on the edge of solving iterations faster? A lot of people are saying that anyone who maps out the entire human genome and human biome, any company integrates that with quantum and AI, that biotech company will actually win a lot. Okay, and I try to look at these things from a very different angle. uh, if you see Nvidia, okay, Nvidia is one of the smartest players out there. He's investing in future technology. I don't know how many of you have seen this, but I just look at, I go and do a simple Google search and say Nvidia invest, because I want to see where is Nvidia investing. Because wherever Nvidia invests, they know something is playing out in the future, right? So I try to keep a track of, what is Nvidia doing, what is the portfolio of Nvidia, what are the different types of bets that Nvidia is taking. So now see this, Nvidia is investing 150 million in AI inference startup. Why? Because AI inference is going to become the next big thing. After GPUs are done, it is going to be CPUs. So Nvidia is actually very, very, very smart when it comes to investing. And they're pretty much investing in most companies. So for example, Intel, they invested because it's the foundry setup. CoreWeave is the data center application, the AI GPU cloud capacity. But CoreWeave has a lot of debt that they have taken, very unsustainable debt. Synopsys is the company that designs the chip and they take a royalty on it. There is two companies that do this: Cadence, Synopsys, and ARM. Actually, three companies. Coherent, again in the silicon photonic space. Nokia. Now, Nokia is also a very interesting company. I would say also slightly undervalued, because even I'm reading about this. Now, you guys think of Nokia as that old stupid smartphone. They're more than smartphone right now. Most of the world's networking currently runs on Nokia, and now they're planning to start working towards something called AI RAN, okay, which is AI remote access network, and this will be working with the 6G adoption that will happen, not 5G, 6G adoption, where they will start making local cell phone towers also like micro data centers. It's a crazy thing what they're planning to do. Nebius, very similar to CoreWeave, and then they have Generate Biomedicines, which is AI enabled drug discovery. I'm telling you this, I don't know which company will win this drug discovery space, but whoever wins will really become a very, very big company. This even I have not seen. I don't know if it's a public company. There's another company I think they had invested in long ago. I think RX. I think this is again there in. Change following Nvidia exited it and ARC buy-in. Okay, fine. So this was a company that actually had invested from Nvidia, but now they have exited again in the drug discovery space. So this is how I keep track of what's going on. I try to find out where who's investing at what price, and where is Nvidia taking the bets, because then I know where the next bottleneck is coming. And I also try to keep a track of all the bottlenecks that are there. I basically know where the next game is going to start. I think everyone's talking about AI, photonics, silicon, and all of that. I have started playing the next level, which is CXL memory. So I have taken some positions in that. I have also started researching a lot about robotics. I feel 2027, 2028 will be the year of robotics coming in. And there will be a huge demand for something called actuators, because there is a bottleneck over there. And I already know which companies makes these actuators, right? It's too early, but when it happens in the future, you remember that I spoke to you about this. Whoever is watching this, you can remember that, okay, Shashank told this 2 years ago and it's playing out right now. So these are the bottlenecks we try to predict in the past, and then make sense of it in the future and take positions and sit and wait patiently. Hopefully it comes out and you make good profit on that, right? Chalo, let's do one thing. I think we had a lot of learning today. My brain is also hurting. But let's take some quick questions from the audience and I'll try to answer as many questions as possible. I cannot give buy and sell recommendations. As you guys know, I'm a SEBI registered research analyst. Can't give buy or sell recommendations because we have a lot of places where we already give so many recommendations. So I can't give it in the public domain, right? Because we have small cases, we have a swing trading group. So we keep giving a lot of recommendations there, but we can't give it openly in the public today. Okay, let's take some quick questions. You can ask me any question you want. What's your opinion on ASML? ASML isn't bad. ASML isn't bad at all because it is basically the picks and shovels kind of a play, right? If data center business has to do, sorry, if foundries have to do well, ASML will automatically do well. Now, foundries are scaling up. I think Elon Musk, which is basically Intel, ASML, and Elon's company, I don't know which company, either Tesla or whatever, is planning to create a Terafab. Terafab is basically a massive foundry for building chips in America locally. Intel is going to basically be the game over there for these companies, right? So I think ASML will win the picks and shovel space because TSMC is also expanding, and ASML is not going to go anywhere. Honestly, it's a crazy company, and it's already at $684 billion. But it's slightly at a higher end valuation of 61p. So I would not be very keen on taking positions as of today. Yeah. India needs more trade deals, manufacturing push, green energy, capex. India needs a lot of things, Veena. Lot of things they need to change. Yes, trade deals, manufacturing, green energy, all of that is there. Yes, correct. But we need a lot of policy changes. We need to make it exciting. We are zero in AI right now. Zero. We're making wires, man. I mean, nobody's investing in. I think maybe so. That means India has to wait until the AI bubble gets over, and I think AI bubble will not get over for at least 2 to 3 years more. So until that, we have to wait. We won't be exciting for the world. It's quite sad then if that's the case. Right now, Intel is a good bet to buy. I would say Intel's gone up quite a bit. I would not say right now is a good bet to buy. If you look at Intel today, um, it is sitting at very high valuations. It is already sitting at $644 billion market cap, and it has already gone up almost 454% now. I don't know, man. I think it is. I mean, it is growing back, but I don't. It's too hard to tell. I don't think it's a value buy. It's not a value buy for sure. What are actuator investment in India? India, when there's no actuator at all. There is a company in Japan that is doing really well. Japan or South Korea called Leader Harmonics. I'll see if I can find it here. That is going to be the leader in this one, right? So this company, Leader Harmonics Drive Systems, this is a company that has been. It's actually started moving right now. $71 billion company. This is a company that is the leader in this space. And there was a report that was given by Goldman Sachs on humanoids. Okay. I don't know if I can find it. Let me try finding that image. There was a report, I had seen it a long time ago, where they had mentioned who provides what are the different components that are required in each humanoid, and who basically provides it also. They had given in that document. It was a beautiful document. I'll try to find it. But in that document, I saw that most of the equipments that were needed for making this was made by this company. Leader Harmonics was making it. So it was crazy, honestly. The way I saw it, it was absolutely crazy. But yeah, it's still a long way to go. I don't think we're there to for mainstream humanoids yet. I think we're still a long way to go for that. But when that happens, I think China will win the humanoid race. More, I don't think India is even close to that space. But I think China will win that space for sure, for sure. But yeah, that's what it looks like right now. I can't find that image. It was a beautiful image I was reading about. I think I saw it on Twitter only somewhere. But yeah, any other questions you guys have? Sony actually is doing really well in the robotic space. Sony is doing very well. I thought of looking at some old school companies, and that was Sony. But yeah, we're asking questions on India also. What's your view on India in the next 1 2 years? I think it'll be okay. I don't think we'll go down more. I think we've gone down enough. So I don't think going down will be a problem. But I think if you really want to make money in India, then you just need to be invested in either healthcare, pharma, AI data center proxies. I think these four, and defense. If you can stay invested in these five sectors, I think for the next 1 year you will make money. How much money I don't know, but I think you'll be doing better than the index. Mm, what else? Mm, India is too busy delivering food 8 to 10 minutes. I mean, okay. I don't know what to say there. I mean, see, it's in a way very interesting that in US also it's not there, in India it's there. But yeah, there is no net benefit. In India, we're spending money on fixing the same footpath and the same road 30 days, one every 5 years, we're fixing the same road. If all our money goes in fixing the same road, then what is the problem? What is the point? Interested in 7 bar Lux program, please start one more batch. Sharath, I told you we're not going to do any more batches for some time. I think that was the last batch we did. So no more batches after this. Is Google a good buy at this point? I think wait. I think let it fall down even more because the Capex is going to hurt. So I think let the Capex hurt and then let it go down. What do you think of India Bulls stock surge? Is it a turnaround or a trap? No, I heard there is a turnaround happening. So there are three companies that are doing turnaround. Yes, one is India Bulls. Again, I've not read about this company. I don't know. I have read about another company. JM Financial was doing a turnaround. In fact, this is now fallen down a lot, but they are also doing a turnaround. JM Financial is selling off most of their bad assets. They had a lot of problems in the past, but they are also doing a turnaround. And third company that is doing a turnaround, I think Monish Pabrai was very interested, was Edelweiss. This is also selling. Most of their bad assets are being sold off, and they're also planning to do a turnaround. In fact, one of their companies will come with an IPO. A lot of things are going on there. But no, man, I don't know about India Bulls. I have not read too deeply about it. But let's see. What is your view on Indigo share? So look, Indigo fell because of oil. Now, oil prices have corrected from almost 118 a barrel to now it's come down to 72, and it's almost back to its previous low. So I think oil is coming back down, but Indigo had that issue with the aviation thing and all of that. But I think Indigo is fine, man. I think it's a company that is led by a very strong management. Obviously, the oil price has gone down, so you can see Indigo rebounding. But long term, I don't think of it being a problem. Any long term buy in robotics? I don't see any clear winner coming yet. Can you make a separate video on how to invest in overseas market? What do you mean? You can just make an account now with INDmoney or Vested or Ticker Tape or whatever you want. You can make an account and just invest wherever. Now I think Dunn also introduced trading. I think Zerodha Grow will also come with US stock investing soon. Yes, you have to do your research, obviously, but yeah, there's a lot of things to play there. How can we get in your swing trading groups? Right now, guys, just a disclaimer, we have stopped the enrollments in the swing trading group. It was open for the last 2 months ago, we stopped it. No longer opening any more things because the market is a little bad and we want to cater to the existing audience first. So right now that program is closed. It will be closed for another 2 months. Somewhere around September, October, we will open it up again. Whenever we open it, I will reach out to you and tell all of you guys. Is that okay? The world is running behind AI. What's your view on minerals and mining, which are limited? No, I think this is not a problem. I think AI will make more money. The minerals and mining will make less money. I think if you focus on AI, the chances of you hitting the ball out of the park is better. Is SpaceX a good buy? It's down to 150. If you ask me, I would like to buy SpaceX at 50% discount. I'll show you something. So SpaceX currently is sitting at $2 trillion market cap. I would like to buy this company if it goes to $500 billion, right? That is what I would like. I would not like to buy it now. I would like to buy it at $500 billion because the company only makes very less revenue. And I'm not too bullish on this valuation. I don't like this valuation. I feel it's very stupid valuation. Yeah. By the way, Dunn is owned by India Bulls. Really? I didn't know that. I thought Dunn was their own company. I didn't know Dunn and India Bulls owned each other. Oh, I didn't know that. Is that true? I don't know, man. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't know. If it's true, that's great. IX value trap seems like it. It's a deep value play. It's not some swing trade. It's a very, very long-term deep value play because from what I've seen, most exchanges make money. So it depends. But no, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a value. I don't think it's a value trap because you still make money out of dividends. But I feel it is a deep value contra play that is there. Should one start investing in mutual funds right now? Yes, answer is yes. You should start investing in mutual funds right now. Just start investing. Do not wait. I have also been investing in mutual funds for quite some time. I do both. As you guys know, I invest in stocks also. I invest in mutual funds also. So that is what I do. But yes, do not stop investing in mutual funds is what I would say. keep investing in both in the Indian markets, keep investing in US markets, and keep investing in mutual funds. I would say this is the way you should ideally play your game. Okay, so let's take two more questions. Mm, what about HDFC, Flexi Cap, Motilal Large Cap, and Mid Cap, and SBI PSU? I think too many things don't do. Just have one mid cap, one small cap, and one Flexi Cap. I don't think you need anything more than that. Maybe one contra fund or maybe one hybrid fund for some stability. But if you have one Flexi Cap, small cap, and one mid cap, what do you need anything else for? I think that is more than enough for everything that you need to satisfy yourself with, right? Since data center power electrical theme has played out, what are the next promising themes? Pharma has not played out yet. If you look at the pharma index, I don't think pharma index has it just started. I would say that this index will take some time. The pharmaceutical index will take some time to play out, but I think it has just started. If you look at the Nifty Pharma Index, let me just share my screen. Look at the Nifty Pharma Index. It has just started. Just now, it's given all-time high breakout. So this index went up, broke out, retested, started again. So I think this will give good returns over the next maybe few years, right? So that I would like. Let's take one last question, guys. Views on BSC after NSE IPO. Come on, guys. Why do I need to give a view on BSC? BSC is not going anywhere. क्या ही होगा BSC को यार? It'll go down a little bit and then go back up again. I mean, it's an exchange. What's going to go wrong with an exchange? Next bull run starts, BSC and NSE will be minting money like there's no tomorrow. You know this game. So I think that is something that's very normal. Yeah. How to invest in US stocks? So basically I think I'm not told this to you guys, but our team is actually in the process of building a platform. It's called Reco Wealth. So we're building a platform where we will give stock recommendations in the Indian market and in the US market together. So this is the platform that we're building. It's not ready yet. I think it's 2 months away. But we're building this where we are going to give stock recommendations in both Indian market and in the US market. This is coming very soon. Whenever it comes, I'll launch it and I will give it to you guys access as well. But this is going to give stock recommendations in Indian and US market, and it's going to give stock recommendations for three segments, three categories. Category first is called wealth builders. This is for people who want to build long-term wealth. I will be giving you recommendations on that in India and US. Second will be thematic, which is data center, photonics, AI. I will give you the stock with buy recommendation, what to buy, how much to, what is the target, and if we reach the target, I will tell you whether to sell or hold. I will tell you to buy. Everything will be given in that app, right? And it's India and US. And the third one will be short-term trades. Let's say you want some trade for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. I will give you those trades as well. Not unlimited trades. It'll be very limited trades, because if I give you too many trades, you'll get confused. No, gold and crypto we're not doing. We'll just do India and US, long term, medium term, short term, and it will start at what, 399 rupees a month. Imagine that. Crazy, right? But yeah, it's not live yet. You can join the wait list. If you want to join the wait list, you can. You'll get updated. You'll get first access, all of that. I'll put the link here for you guys. If you want to join the wait list, you can. You'll get all the initial access, early bird discounts, all of that you will get if you join the wait list. But yeah, it's still 2 months away. If you ask me, it's still 2 months away. But it'll be an amazing platform, because for $399 you get Indian and US recommendations. That'll be crazy. Yeah, awesome. How do you invest in US market? I have two broking accounts. I have one account in INDmoney. I have one account in Interactive Brokers, IBKR. So I do two accounts there. Swing trading I do in IBKR, and long-term investing I do in INDmoney, because INDmoney's charges and fees are quite high. So for swing trading, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But in IBKR, the charges are not very high. So swing trading makes a lot of sense there. But my account is very big, so I can't do it only on INDmoney, because in INDmoney, it does not even let me remove all my money at one go, because my account size is very big. But in IBKR, it allows me to remove everything in one go, right? So that is something good. When are you launching PMS? Not anytime soon, man. We're actually really thinking about it, whether it's required or not, because right now we are seeing a lot of SIFs beating PMS's returns. So I don't know whether the future of PMS will be good or bad. So we're still waiting to take a call because the tax structure of PMS is not very supportive and not very healthy. So we're going to wait on PMS at this point. Yeah, slight correction. Dhani is owned by India Bulls. That's what I was thinking. I don't think Dhan was owned by India Bulls. It would be flying right now if it was. Yeah. Awesome. Chalo. I think that is it. I didn't even see that we have done 45 minutes of learning today. But we discussed a lot of things today. We spoke about the Indian markets. We looked at the sectors first. We looked at what sectors might be good. Then we looked at some very interesting companies. I showed you a screener. Then we looked at very interesting companies in US. We also spoke about the next sectors in US and the sectors I feel will do really well in 2027, 2028. So again, a lot of learning. I like to keep these sessions at 30 minutes, but sadly today we did 45 minutes. So sorry for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a lot. If you did, just put a whatever comment you want, please put it in the comment section below. And if you have some time, please click on the subscribe button. It really helps because look, we are in the business of long-term compounding, and I've seen that most of the people who watch this video don't subscribe for some reason. But if you like knowledge, I would recommend you subscribe because this channel will only give you knowledge as much as I can. And I will try to do more live streams so that we can sit together, very interactive, chill, because in the world of AI, some human creator has to step in and also teach people, right? So yes, I'm here live, no avatar, no human, just sitting and talking to you guys and teaching you again. Awesome, guys. Thank you. Take care. I hope you guys have a great week ahead, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye bye.